and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial, we'll start working on a different type of the plants, and let's work on some species on the tulip as a flower. So we'll look how we can create a flower head, apply materials, and just do variations. Before beginning work, I kind of like this scale, but I want plant make smaller. So be sure you're going to File, Options, and in General Preferences. Right here you notice I set my default 1 unit 0.1 meters, so 10 centimeters per 1 unit. You can make even a smaller. On this case it will let you create a nice size without worrying to create smaller at this point, and when you import in Vue it won't be huge 10 meters high. Okay, let's click OK.
Okay, so we'll do different variation. We'll probably come back, but we'll start from creating our stem that we have right in the middle, and let's just remake like your name stem. And you don't need to, but personally I like sometimes change colors on a node. It just helped me a little bit better organize and see what node or line it's me going. So this first one, we'll just switch this to user define, and let's switch this to maybe thinner stem right here. Okay. Next we can start work on the petals. We'll come back to the stem, and the reason why I'm kind of going so we can see easy the shape of the blades, leaves, before we can go and continue working or mixing them. It's make a little bit easier, a bit more organized to do this way. At least it's for me that way. Okay, let's begin. First I need to place it on top. And one thing when you work on any plants, for example tulip, what I have it just on the trees I'm gone, and I took it a lot of pictures, like example right here. Just I took a lot of photos so I can have to come closer and look on the trees, bark, how the branch is going, just all is different. This is one way. If you don't have a chance to get your own reference photos, you can easily just going on a web, and example right here you can go and I search for the tulip. Okay, we can go remove that one, and you come up with a lot of images that you can see the different kind of references for your plant, the shape, and you can see they all have very different shapes. You also can go on the side of Wikipedia, they have a little bit more details. See, this is a little bit stronger, and a different type positional leaves. For example, this is have it inside. Some tulip have it 4 leaves, some have it 6, so it's all different type. And we'll kind of recreate. We'll begin with a basic right now. It is not overlaid, just simple 6 petals. Okay, to do this we need to use Hydra for this. This will be our base, and you know what, let's switch this to kind of blue line. That's what we'll have it, so we'll remember. Also I like to rename before I connect them, because when you connect it will create a new tab, and let's take a name from what you're creating. So we'll call open base, kind of our base for the opening. We'll go connect, and right now in a stem when we're connecting, you'll notice right here we name it, it's open base for us. So number, let's switch this to the 6. We don't want to do any random variation because it's kind of tulip very predefined. In some cases they're very strict, they must be absolutely right size, so it's different, and we'll go and cover this. So we'll have 6 petals, and right here I want change top of the segment, so we'll put it on the top of the connections. Okay, and we may modify some other stuff. Actually, it's a 0, sorry. Stem, because open base, it's always will be 1 if we go on top. So we'll just modify here and we'll set 0. 4 petals we need inside the open base right here. So where we modify, we'll put it 6. Okay, we'll set radius to 0. So once start, them petals appear on top. We leave it by default, and we'll come back at an angle in a second. So let's go right now, right click, geometry, and we'll create segment. So we will use blades to create. We have it panels open, so just name, and you know what, we'll have it blue, so we'll go a lighter blue kind of line, and maybe it's too purplish for me. There you go. Okay, so right here you can see we have it the open, we're kind of going around 6. We want to go ahead and start working on readjusting them. So ling, let's set to 3. I think this is about right. Okay, next we'll go radius, and I want actually use a define. I want go and I'll set 0.1. Okay, and right here, if we look closer, what I want to do, I want to actually make invisible to the point, but I still want to have it on the middle. That's why I actually have it 0.1. So I want where they're connecting to the stem, so we have some connections applied there. We'll go open this one. Let's take the end all the way down and beginning. So right here it's disappearing right there on the end. Let's add a couple points and bring a little bit up. So we'll have it right here. If you look, small points. We can slightly readjust. You always can pop up resolution to preview a little bit, and you can see small dots. Okay, let's drop this resolution to preview on this. Okay, and next, let's go ahead and enable blending with a parent. So when we start appearing, it will have it nicer. We'll come back and slightly modify this. Next, let's go ahead and enable blades. Okay, we have a lot of big blades, and this is our petals for our flowers will be. So we'll go to options and let's move from the start. Currently it's just beginning. Let's put it maybe 0.03. So just move a little bit from the top. Okay, we have it spread about right. With this is kind of more petal shape, kind of important to create the right shape, and we'll use it filters to create this. So we'll go ahead and bring this a little bit down, and normally I bring down when look closer, so right here they kind of start touching. Probably around this area. Okay, before we continue with this, so let me do this way. We need to go back to base at this point and set angle, because this flower I want a little bit open petals. They're almost all the way open. So for that one, we probably want to go ahead and set maybe about 45 degrees. So right here, let's say 45, and we can also add some variation, maybe 5. The reason is why I want to do now, because we can look right on the side. So right here, the kind of petals, how they will touch each other. Okay, let's move our light so we can see a little bit easier. Okay, let's go back to the petals. Okay, and work a little bit more on the shape. So next, let's add a little bit more points to this. I add some point on top, and you know what? Let's switch to the smoother kind of effect so we can preview. And also, I want to take this and bring it down on top. So we'll just kind of bring all the way. Kind of shape, if you always you can go back and look what the shape of the flowers was there. We'll bring this down. Okay, let's increase resolution to preview better, so we can see right here a little bit. And sometimes you may need to create more points. To set properly. Kind of create your curves. And again, refer to the image. I'm right now just creating from memory, but refer to image that you find as your guidance, what shape it's could need be done, or so right here will pop up just slightly. Again, some tulip, and we'll have those variation. They have a little bit not pointy. Some other ones have a little bit more pointy end, so you can kind of reposition. And again, we can create this wider type. Okay, I think this is okay for now. We'll come back, and normally I just have it a rough shape. We come back after, maybe polish on the shape a little bit better. Okay, next let's go ahead and add a little bit section height. The one thing when we start working on this filter, notice this 1, -1, and we on a 0. So we on the middle, we can go both up and down, but right now I just want to take, let me see this end. So we can adjust, yep. We have this curve going. Just leave it like this. See the end right here have a little problem, so we need to fix that. Okay, and also let's switch this to round. Let's help us create this smoother kind of petals. Okay, we'll click OK. And we open filter when we effecting. Okay. Before we do this, notice again, we have it -1, 0 in the middle in this. So if I take all the way down, I'll take it opposite way. It's what I don't want it. If I do this way, I want to keep it on a 0. Okay. And I just want to flatten right this top and on the top as well. What we're doing, we're removing this curve and leaving just the curve only on the middle part. So we remove from the top right here by flattening, and we removed a little bit on the bottom. So remember those distortions, what we removed. You can readjust, set a little bit closer maybe. Right here, maybe a little bit too close. So we can readjust to create a nicer curve going, but flatten. Okay, as well you can overall string decrease, maybe overall curve. But I think this is have a nice smooth effect to those petals. Okay, we'll leave it this way. At this point we can add additional small rapism to this, so let's do this way. And again, problem is it will affect on a gravity, so if it's go there, plant a little bit more, kind of fall down. Let's add a 15 maybe to this, and you can see how it's affect. What I want affect maybe a little bit more on top than, or on the bottom than top. So we'll go with the filter, and we'll just maybe create some points, and let's take and bring top down. So trapeze won't be affect the top ones. We'll do this with influence because I want to have this kind of interesting open shape going up. So you can see it's affecting this part and does not affect this. So we have it now. We have open flower kind of. Okay, notice right here we have some overlap. We'll need to fix those ones a little bit. Okay, and let's do this. Let's go ahead and fix this. Just probably bring this a little bit down. Right here. Okay, I don't like how okay, this is where our meet together stamps, if you remember, created. So we'll need look if we need to add point right this place, or actually what I want to do, I want to create a head, flower head right here. And you know what, let's do this in next tutorials. We'll create the flower head right on this point.